6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
The Geek Week in Review.
Oh, welcome to the Geek Week in Review with me, Jacob's Toys, and of course, wonderful one and only SuperSorrell. We are missing Ryan Speaks Geek this week because he's actually at Celebration. So it's just us two. Hey, how you doing this week, Sorrell?
Hyped. Absolutely hyped.
It's been a busy one, isn't it?
Star Wars Celebration has actually really reignited my love for Star Wars again. It's really got me going again.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
Me too. I was scrambling around looking for a Star Wars themed T-shirt and I couldn't find one. So the closest I could go for was Mufasa. So I'm kind of there. But yeah, so loads of people in the chat. Good evening. How we doing? Yeah, loads of people join in, chat away. We're going to talk Celebration. We're going to talk about all the reveals. We're going to talk about all the trailers, all the announcements. There's been a lot. There has been a lot to talk about. Ahsoka, lots to talk about Ahsoka. Do you want to start with? Should we talk about Mando quickly? Because obviously we had an episode of Mando as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, I loved it. It's been one of my favorite episodes of the series. I'm not going to lie. Some people were really disappointed about it online, though.
A lot of people were annoyed at the Jack Black cameo, but I thought it was perfect. I thought he played a good role.
And what's her name as well? Lizzo Lizzo, isn't it? I thought they were all right. I mean, they were meant to be campy, weren't they? They were meant to be kind of
campy.
That's what they were meant to be. Like that was the style of those characters. Like the whole thing about that society. I thought they did perfectly. I really enjoyed them. I mean, would I want to see them in Star Wars for years to come? Probably not. But as far as characters are concerned, they didn't bother me. I thought they were quite fun. They did what they were supposed to do. Grogu got knighted at the end of the day. He's a Sir Grogu now. So
does that technically make Grogu a Jedi Knight?
Oh, I like it. Like what you did there. But no, and it was directed by Dallas Howard.
Dallas Bryce Howard.
Dallas Bryce. Claire from Jurassic Park. But yeah, and I really liked the stuff that she's done before. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good episode. It was fun. A lot of Bo-Katan kind of character building.
I wouldn't be surprised if very soon we get an announcement that the next TV series is going to be Bo-Katan, the series. I think that's where they're headed.
I thought that was coming at Celebration. After watching that episode, I put money on a friendly bet that it was going to be it. Richie Review in the comments has said that this week's Mando pales to the next episode, though.
Yeah, the guys at Celebration were able to watch next week's episode.
Gutted.
So avoid spoilers online like the plague because they're everywhere.
Honor Guard DC said that another review said Mandalorian is risking turning into the Muppet Show with the special guest star of the week. Yeah, I kind of get that because we had Christopher Lloyd as well, didn't we? Let's not forget we had old Doc in there as well. There was a lot of cameos in this one, but I think the thing is Star Wars. Go on.
I liked how they used Christopher Lloyd's character though to he was around during the time of Count Dooku and he remembers the Clone Wars. So I mean, I liked that harkening back to he was from an old generation that wanted Count Dooku to win. Basically, he was on the bad guy side. He was a separatist. So I mean, I liked that political kind of aspect to it.
Yeah, I agree. I like that the whole callback to Dooku. The thing you got to remember as well is that Star Wars is a massively hot property now, and where it used to be just the movies, having TV shows, everybody wants to be involved. You know what I mean? Everybody wants. So you know, if they're gonna offer them apart, and because it's such a huge universe of characters and worlds and all the rest of it, they can give Jack Black a cameo and that's it. You know, you don't have to ever see that character again. You know, it's but yeah, it's cool. Speaking of Jack Black, I caught Mario Brothers as well over the weekend. He obviously played it. It's actually really good.
Oh, nice one. I'm looking forward to it.
It's actually really good. Yeah, I took 3 of my kids, and they all loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it did the games a lot of justice. I don't know if you ever played the N64 era of games, like onwards, where it became kind of 3D. It was very reminiscent of those, pay enough homage to what had come before. And I kind of forgot that Chris Pratt was voicing him, if that makes sense. You just kind of go with it because there was enough of him falling back into the like woohoo, wee, all that kind of stuff that it kind of worked. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. There we go. Shelley, it started with a click, said that she saw it as well and loved it. And yes, I can't wait for another one as well. So if you do go and see it, stick around for the after credit scene. There are 2 of them. One of them, mid-credit scene, is nothing, but the after-credit scene is a definite teaser to the second one. The only criticism I have about it, and I'm not going to give any spoilers away, is that if you had seen it, they could have very easily done Luigi's Haunted Mansion as a sub-story. They could have, that would have been my thing, that Luigi got his Haunted Mansion sub-story. Mick in the chat, where's the fit one? Well, Mick, you're not on. You're not on with us. So, you know, he is at Celebration, old Ryan. He is literally traveling back from Celebration as we speak. So let's move on. Let's talk Celebration because we've got loads to get through. Which order do you even want to do this?
I can hear myself back. Have you got the phone on? There we go.
I've got a phone on. Yep.
I could hear myself back then. That was weird. I don't know. Do you want to start right back at the beginning?
Yeah, go for it. Let's go right back to the beginning.
So, Star Wars Celebration went live. I obviously did my live stream over the weekend, which was really fun, by the way. I got a lot of people involved. Obviously, Rich and that in the chat were kind enough to donate a bunch of his time to live stream for us. So, once again, dude, thank you very much for that. Couldn't have done it without you. And yeah, it was just very fun chatting with everyone over the weekend. And then all of a sudden, I was sat there live and the Ahsoka trailer drops. And oh my freaking God, what a trailer it was.
It was good.
I did a live reaction to it and everything. Amazing.
Was this the same trailer that was leaked?
No.
It wasn't, was it? Because I remember seeing that grainy trailer that people were sharing around the internet. But I don't remember seeing Sabine in the in that.
We've got a lot of Sabine, and there's another. Did you see the other trailer that only people at Celebration saw? Did you manage to see that?
I haven't. I didn't spoil myself.
All right. Do you want me to talk about it or not?
Yeah. Let's talk. Talking about this is where I differ from some people. Talking about stuff and people telling me about stuff doesn't bother me. It's the physical seeing it. It annoys me when people kind of share something and you have to watch it because it's on your feed or something. But I don't mind people talking about it.
Yeah, Celebration got an extended trailer. Sorry, it was like they got a few scenes extra that weren't in the official one that was playing over the internet. But it gave you a few more scenes that showed Sabine Wren like having Ezra's lightsaber, and she squared off with the Sith guy from the trailer or some form of Inquisitor or something, and she's using the green lightsaber that Ezra. I believe it's Ezra's lightsaber.
That's cool.
So that's cool. Looking forward to that. Obviously, we got to see Hera, Chopper.
Yeah.
We got Sabine. Obviously, a lot of Sabine is going to be in this. By the looks of it, she's like the main character. I think Hera might be more of a fleeting cameo, off and on kind of thing, as the pilot. But it does look like Sabine and Ahsoka are the two main characters in this.
Which I'm happy with. Like Sabine was one of my favorites from Rebels. I really enjoyed Sabine's story.
It makes sense with the fact that we're dealing with Mandalorians right now, and she's a Mandalorian, so obviously she's in keeping with Bo-Katan and Din Djarin, and she's one of them. So it makes sense to continue that by using her as one of the characters. But did you, obviously in the trailer, we got to see some form of new Sith, and we got like a blonde girl with a red lightsaber, and then we got the old guy with the hood and stuff. I personally believe that to be a master and an apprentice. There can be two. I don't see them as inquisitors. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. I think that because we've strayed away from that, haven't we? Since a lot of the TV shows, we haven't had that kind of the two. There's always two, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do agree. I think that would be a really interesting spin on the story that kind of ties it back to the older Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, because you do definitely see Ahsoka in the trailer fight some form of Inquisitor, but it's definitely not that them two. I think them two are separate, and they do look like a master and apprentice.
That would be very cool. That would be cool. Or actually, that Mitch just said about it in the comments about it being flashback scenes.
Ooh,
that could be cool. That is possible. But Bungle Jim there, rule of two for the win. I agree. Yeah. Oh, look, Mick, look. And in the not flashback, she's gone into hiding. Oh,
that would be cool.
Yeah.
But
I'm just looking forward to seeing some new Sith. That's what I'm excited about. Some new Sith that look quite good. Yeah,
I'm just really happy that we're now getting, obviously, like if you remember back in the day, we had the original trilogy, then we got the prequels and nobody liked them. Then Dave Filoni came in and kind of gave us Clone Wars and went, you will like them in time, I promise. And then we kind of all love them. And then he kind of came along and gave us a little bit of it. Then he came along and gave us a bit of Rebels, and now he's coming back to fix the sequel trilogy, in my opinion. I think that's where this is going. It's definitely, I think there's going to be some definite retconning along the way. I think changing little bits. I think he's going to put his stamp on the sequel trilogy now.
Yeah, I agree. I must admit, one thing that did sort of the trailer did give me was that. Do you remember when Phantom Menace first came out and we first saw Darth Maul, and that kind of this is the new bad guy, you know? I kind of got that feeling when I saw these Sith, that I was like, oh, this is new Sith that I don't know about. There's no kind of like, you know, we don't really know who they are and all that kind of stuff. So, and it kind of gave me those kind of excitement levels of there's going to be some new bad guys, going to be some new Sith. Yeah, so I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a really good TV show.
To back up what Mickey's saying as well, Dave Filoni did say on his interview on the Star Wars stage on YouTube that he consulted Timothy Zahn, who obviously made Heir to the Empire and all the stories of Thrawn, and he wanted to make sure that Thrawn was as realistic as possible, and that the other characters from Heir to the Empire were as realistic as possible to his image. Yeah. So it's not a million miles away that Mara Jade could be in it. It isn't a million miles away.
No, not at all.
She might have to have a different storyline now, slightly, but I don't know. They could still do something. There's plenty of time gap between until Rey and that comes up. There's like 20 years yet or so, isn't there, until they catch up with themselves. So there's a lot of stuff could happen along that timeline.
There's a lot of stuff. Did you see the announcement about the 3 films?
Yes.
So just kind of tying into what we're talking about. So Lucasfilms announced that there are going to be 3 new film projects for Star Wars. James Mangold's going to direct a film covering the first Jedi to wield the Force, set 25,000 years before the films. That's going to be epic. That's going to be really cool, because it could essentially, the way I read this is that it could essentially give us a new version of the Skywalker saga sort of thing, because obviously we all know that tie, don't we? But if we follow this family, or we follow this story arc from 25,000 years ago, you could essentially have a whole nother story arc going on that we never knew about. So I just think it's really cool when they go back. The second one I'll come back to in a sec. I can never pronounce his name, so I'm not going to. But there is going to be a film directed featuring Rey rebuilding the Jedi Order 15 years after the rise of Skywalker and defending it against those who wish to tear it down. I think that sounds really exciting. and could kind of retcon a lot of the disappointment in the third trilogy, sorry. But my favorite one was the Dave Filoni one. So Dave Filoni is going to direct a film set in the Mandoverse, which currently links the current D Plus series together. So you're then looking at Mando, Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett. Is that all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So the three of those all coming to get together in one film is quite exciting. It's going to be like Infinity War for Star Wars. Let's be honest. Like, just all of these characters that we've seen just coming back. You got Mando, you got Boba Fett, you got Ahsoka, you got Rebels. Like, all of these characters in one big film.
I'm really excited by it because that obviously means, to me, that means Filoni's already been given the green light. He's already got a story in mind and he's got an end point in sight. So, like, people were scared that he's going to milk Mandalorian to death. We're going to see Baby Grogu is going to be plastered on everything forever. Obviously not. This has got an end. There is an end date for all this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like that. Because it means it can't ever push itself too far.
No. I must admit, because obviously I went to Paris, didn't I? Disneyland Paris last weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm posting a few videos as we go. I got one.
Yeah,
I got one.
I knew you'd have to.
Oh, mate, I had to. But talking about Star Wars, all of the shops over there, all of the Disney shops over there, there is so much Grogu. Like everywhere is just Grogu. Plushes, toys, toy box figures, interactive things, like the stuff that you see in stores, and then obviously the stuff that they get in bulk for parks. And it's quite hard to kind of pick through the Grogus to find the other stuff. Not hard, that's the wrong word, but for example, they have Star Tours, don't they? And they have what's the name of the ship? The Star whatever it is.
Star Speeder.
Star Speeder. There we go. And it was only on my last day that I actually found some Star Speeder merch that I found, and it was on like a tiny little shelf on the side, and there was like 6 or 7 of them surrounded by a million Grogus. So yeah, so we do have to see. We have to see. But
did you not get any builder droids? Did you not do any parts building?
My son did.
Yeah.
My son did one. Yeah. I'll have to just show you a quick picture just to because they had the little droid factory and everything.
I love doing that.
And they were €15, which actually isn't that bad.
About standard.
Which
they were 12 originally, but yeah, that's about standard.
Yeah, I mean it's there and thereabouts, isn't it? But he was just like, oh yeah, I get to build a droid, and I was like, yeah, okay, we'll do that. That's no problem at all. But yeah, he built one. Look, he made one.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I was pleased. I was pleased for him. And my daughter got picked by Loki as well to go up and try to wield Mjolnir. So but I'll get back to that. We'll get to that. We'll do a Disney talk another time. Shelley, have I been practicing my Yoda voice? I haven't. But thanks for being that person that remembers and holds me accountable. I don't think I'm going to get away from this. So yeah, okay, cool. What else we got in the
Andy Hyde could be the end of Din Djarin's story, but not Grogu's. Don't. I love Grogu, but he needs to disappear at some point.
Yeah, I think the thing you got to remember as well is Mandalorian. I don't want to say saved Star Wars because that's a really bold statement to make. But the Mandalorian 100% put Star Wars in people's homes that it wasn't in. That's definitely something. And I think we need to kind of give Mandalorian that space to kind of do what it needs to do, because there are Star Wars fans and there are Mandalorian fans.
Yeah,
there are your casual fans that will stand up to you, and I've got friends that will stand up and will say, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I love Mandalorian. Like, you know, I'm not into the lightsabers and Jedi stuff, but I love the Mandalorian. And I think to cut it short would just be a silly business decision, wouldn't it? Like when it's making so much money, it's bringing people into Star Wars that hadn't. And my eldest son, like I've been trying to get him into Star Wars for years, like introducing him to the films and stuff, and it was Mandalorian that actually made him go, yeah, actually this is really cool. So I think he's going to be around for a while.
Definitely.
I really do. Anyway, so there's the film announcements. We saw the Ahsoka trailer. What next? Where are we going next?
I've got the live thing in front of me. So I'm just going flicking through it. So we've got the High Republic era had their panel. There were some new characters. Obviously, now we've got that new TV series for kids, basically that is set during that era, the High Republic era, where you have Master Yoda teaching younglings. It's going to be a Disney Junior programming, and they released a shed load of merch for it. Did you see any of that weird little merch that I posted up the other day?
Yeah, I did. I saw a little bit of it.
So Fisher Price and Hasbro have made a shed load of merch on it. There's a cute little blue furry little creature. I'm not quite sure what race it's meant to be, whether it's Ewok or what, but it's cute, and it's going to be plushies, and there's going to be loads of him everywhere. So
yeah,
watch this space for that. Then obviously there was the announcement that Return of the Jedi will be back in theaters for the 40th anniversary. So it's going to be in you.
You see the new poster as well?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, the green and the black contrast was just stunning. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then there was the Lucasfilm Studio Showcase panel, and the wonderful people down there got to see trailers for Acolyte and Skeleton Crew. Those trailers have not yet dropped for the rest of us. Hoping they're doing it over the coming days, because I can't wait to see the Acolyte.
No. I know Rich in the comments was there. If anyone else that was there that saw those trailers, just let us know in the comments what you thought of them.
Yeah, and then Tales of the Jedi will return for a second season. I think I called that last week. They'd be daft not to. Dave Filoni said he enjoyed doing the first season so much, he's returning for a second set of anthology. So then we got the trailer for the Jedi New Order Republic, whatever, the new game. You got a new trailer. Did you see the trailer?
I didn't see the trailer for that one.
So it looks really cool. We get he clearly goes back to the Jedi Temple that's now covered in Empire signs.
Oh no,
he's going back to the big. Yeah, he's going back to the Jedi Temple and stuff like that.
Yep.
Looks cool. I can't wait to play it. Yeah, it looks all right. I can't wait to play it. I'll reserve my judgment till I've played the story, I think.
Yeah.
That story trailer didn't. I know the first trailer they gave was where they had that guy who was in a incubatory liquidy thing, healing tank, and they made it all he's the last Jedi, and they made this really cool thing out of it, and they haven't done that since. That new trailer didn't give me the same excitement as the first one did. So we'll see.
Richard just said their Skeleton Crew looks interesting. Certain type of character Jude Law is. No spoilers though.
I still thought Jude Law would have played the perfect Thrawn, to be honest, in live action, but
yeah, I think so.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
Then the last other thing, the last kind of announcement that came out today was Dark Horse reveals the Star Wars High Republic Adventures Phase 3, which will have Jackson being brought back into canon. So the Bucky O'Hare rabbity thing.
Which Andy has just said there, mate, if Bucky O'Hare turns up and you didn't warn me, I will look for you, find you, and I'll do this. Yep, okay, fair enough. He's going to come at some point. Let's be perfectly honest. The fact that they are bringing him back into canon and we've had recent kind of revamps of the figures, I think he's going to turn up on one of the TV shows.
I've got a feeling he might end up being a character for Galaxy's Edge. I really do. I think they'll find a way of using it because it'd be quite kid friendly. I've got a feeling they'd find a way of sneaking him in.
That is a good shout. He's going to cameo. There is no doubt about it. He is going to turn up or cameo in something somewhere. Yeah.
I was going to say it would be hard to do him in live action, but we said that about Zeb, and look, Zeb looked perfect on screen.
And he said, I'm done, toys out the pram. I'm done with Star Wars. What did you say about who turned up on screen?
No, just saying that I was going to say that obviously doing that weird rabbit character would be hard to do in live action, but then again, I said that about Zeb, and they did it, and they've done it perfectly.
Yeah.
So I mean, see what happens with Jackson.
Yep. Rich,
but the main
there, Jackson appeared as a Celebration pin exclusive, so you guys might be right. Listen, if he turns up, you heard it here first. Jackson is going to be the savior of Star Wars. He is coming. He is coming.
He's been appearing in a lot of comics recently, by Dark Horse and stuff. He's been appearing quite regularly. So
yeah,
the fact that they're now officially recognizing him as canon.
He's just. The thing is, you got to remember, Disney is behind all of this at the end of the day, and a big green talking rabbit, that's sellable. That is
plushies, action figures,
plushies, action figures, T-shirts, jumpers. Like even like you go to any Disney park, one of the biggest bits of merchandise is the Mickey ears. You know, if you get any
the big green rabbit,
you get anything that's got any kind of ears that you can put on a headband, Disney are all over it, all over it.
Think of that.
Yeah, but I think he's coming. I think he's coming. Whether that's like even just like with Book of Boba Fett, where you got kind of a couple of characters that kind of just showed up for like an episode or something like that. I think he will be involved somehow, somewhere, and I think you're gonna love him. I really do, Andy. I think you're gonna eat your words. I think you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm a Jackson fan. You know? So yeah.
Wow.
What next? What next? Let's go.
So after that, then it was the publishing panel, which there was a lot of the Young Jedi Adventures books being announced. There was a new cookbook for Star Wars, which is interesting. And then there was so there was a lot of random stuff. There was nothing really exciting in the book front. Then we had the Ahsoka panel, and they were just talking about the trailer and stuff like that. They did say that there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of cameos in this programming. It is basically Rebels, the final season. But then we had the onslaught, which is Hasbro's panel.
Yeah.
Are we ready for this? Because this is going to take some time. And how long have we got for this?
Hasbro came in hard. Like, let's be perfectly honest with you. Hasbro turned up. Let's be honest. They really turned up. And really bizarrely, they thought, not only are we going to bring all this the Star Wars merchandise, we are also going to bring Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Did they not get the memo that it was Star Wars Celebration? Like I know it's Harrison Ford, I know it's Lucasfilm, but Indiana Jones merch as well. Who knew?
Yeah, some of the Indiana Jones merch looks nice though. Actually, some of the new figures look good.
I'm in. I'm sold.
Oh mate, my Indiana Jones figure just dropped the other day as well. I just got him through the mail, so I'm happy.
Mate, just before we get on, this is the figure that the 10-year-old me wanted. Like, Indiana Jones was one of my first like absolute heroes. Why I didn't jump on this the minute they announced it, I don't know. But even in the review I've done, I even said the whole line, the whole series and all the rest of it does not appeal to me. I don't want all the side characters. I don't want all the random people and characters, but give me the different Indiana Jones, and the fact that they've just announced the Temple of Doom version as well.
Yeah, that's
if you want your thirst trap, you got the hypnotized one with no shirt on. Like, it's come on. But Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones, and I'm really annoyed because it's got a blemish on the face. That
no,
really annoyed. But what I did not realize before we get on, right, look, it's not hard.
Oh.
So the hat you can actually mold and move about. So you can kind of have it however you want. But yeah, Temple of Doom Indy with a knife is the one, Jacob. Yep, completely agree, Rich. Short round looks great, but yeah, Indiana Jones figures, I'm all for it. So anyway, let's get on. Hasbro's panel.
So I've put the first picture up for you. The Star Wars Chatterback Chopper animatronic was the first thing that came out on day one. Yeah. And it's about the same size as the remote control R2-D2 app droid. It's about the same size as that. 40 plus sounds and effects. It's Chopper, basically. The best part is, though, it's got a microphone built into it, so he will talk back to you. So if you start talking to it, it will talk back. So I think that's quite cool.
That is really cool.
My Chopper's obviously known for his sass and stuff, isn't it? It's like Chopper's known for being quite...
Yeah. Yeah. My son actually got one of the R2D2s when we were out there. He didn't get the remote control one, but he got one of the big ones that moves around and it's voice activated and motion sensitive and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this chopper is where it's at. Let's be honest.
Yeah, $79. So I'm not sure what. There's been no UK pricing released as of yet, which doesn't make sense. You'd have thought the UK press team would have been all over it being in London, but I've had to be fed information from the California department apparently.
I know. It's odd.
It's
really odd.
So hopefully Hasbro will come back to us with some UK details soon. But about $79 is what they're saying right now.
Yeah.
I'll be getting one.
You're going to be looking at 80 quid, I reckon.
About
80 quid to be. Whenever they announce something in dollars, I'm like, you know what? Do like for like pounds and expect it to be a little bit more.
Yeah. Doc Ondar from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
And he's coming with a bunch of accessories. So he's got the Jedi holocron and the Sith holocron. He's coming with the sword of, I forgot the name of it, but it's got a name. It's like a fancy sword. And then he's also got a very dusty looking old helmet from the Clone Wars.
Yep.
So he's the Den of Antiquities dealer, and he has like in the case and stuff in the shop, he has like Plo Koon's lightsaber. And he's got loads of different, like he's got an IG droid that was his that got destroyed, and he keeps it as a memento in the top part of the building. He's got the Ark of the Covenant in his case as well. So it's going to be very cool. Hammerhead in a Jesus outfit.
It is a very Jesus-looking outfit. Actually, now Richard said that.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know what this was or who it was, but
which
to those of us that
me. It really surprised me that a lot of people were questioning who this was.
Not a lot of people are up on the Galaxy's Edge and Star Wars sort of parks like we are. Like, obviously, I go every year, so I mean, I'm proper up on it. But I mean, not everybody's that excited about the Galaxy's Edge, sadly, especially in the UK. If this was the Americans panel in Florida, it'd be a whole different ballgame, wouldn't it?
Oh, massively. To be honest with you, the only reason I'm really up on Galaxy's Edge is because, again, as somebody that frequents Florida relatively quite a lot, every few years, whatever, because of COVID and that, didn't get to go like in my normal cycle. I've just been reading up about Galaxy's Edge because I'm really excited. I just want to be able to do everything that I want to do. If that makes sense. So yeah, I'm totally up on it. Here's my favorite.
Yeah, Cad Bane. Although, yeah, it doesn't
not
look
a good
different.
Figure. I wasn't sold.
This is meant to be the live action version, isn't it? This is meant to be the live action Cad Bane in 6-inch, but it looks like the one they gave us. Like it's basically the second Cad Bane that they've already given us with the duster jacket back on it.
Yeah.
From looking at my shelf, it looks identical, just with blue gauntlets.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Still gonna buy it. It's Cad Bane.
little bit of a one for you there. Rob's in the chat. Star Wars Black Series community special tomorrow. He's picked up several convention exclusive codes for Darth Vader Return of the Jedi. Nice one, Rob. If anyone's not familiar, Black Series Community UK is a Facebook group. If you're a fan of Star Wars and you're a fan of Black Series, get over there and join it. Who knows? You might even be able to get one of these codes off Rob. Nice one, Rob.
Awesome, Rob. Thank you for that, bud.
I don't even have to say how much community spirit Rob's got. He's
just
a community guy.
Then we got the Black Series Ahsoka Tano's Clone Trooper 332nd helmet,
yeah. Which is cool. I mean, I liked them in the Clone Wars. I like the look of it. It's a bit of a lazy one, though, in my opinion, because it is just a bit of paint on the front. And
it is a repainted Clone Trooper helmet, yeah.
Yeah, everyone that kind of wanted one has kind of customized one anyway.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
One of them things, isn't it? I'm probably not. I always like the Mandalorian helmets. You see, I like the Mando helmets.
I do as well. I almost got mine out to wear today, but it's in this cabinet here underneath all of this stuff, and I was like, oh, can't be bothered. It's just like, I'll wear it for a minute.
Not the way.
This is not the way.
Now it's the figure that disappointed everybody worldwide. It's the Clone Commando, who looks like a toy box figure.
He does,
looks
doesn't he?
cheap. He looks so cheap.
You know what? You know what I thought? I thought it was their kind of cosplay clone trooper figure, like someone cosplaying a clone trooper. It just looks,
Yeah.
it's not great. Not great.
It's really not. It's
Not great.
disappointing, and it's disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll look better in hand. And if you're one of these kind of completionists that want to get everything, and and it's an important one to have, I like the fact that Hasbro have the reach to be able to give us some, not necessarily obscure, but figures that won't necessarily sell as well as others. Because for those that do want it, I like that Hasbro can do that. But it was definitely the weakest out of their reveals, I think.
Definitely. The one that I think most people got excited about was R2D2, because obviously he's going to be true to scale this time around.
Yeah, which is good.
Although it's going to make all the other Black Series droids look tiny.
Yep.
But yeah, it's what it is. I'll get it. I haven't got an R2D2 yet. He's the one I haven't got. I've got the Dagobah version, but I've not got a squeaky clean R2.
Have we not? See, I was never able to get hold of one. I actually had to do the Bandai, whatever it is. Like the Bandai. Was it Bandai or was it? I don't know. One of them. Exclusive, just in.
What up, dude?
Ryan!
We're literally just going through figures. Very quick. How was it?
Oh, mate, I am so tired. But this was totally worth it. It was absolutely incredible. I'm absolutely shattered, but it is a full day of awesomeness. It was just, it was really nice. It was just also positive. It was just pure positive
Just
Star
full of
Wars,
love.
just love, star love.
Just
No way.
love across the. Hang on, wait a sec. A convention full of Star Wars fans was positive.
I know. They said it couldn't be done. Unless they were, all the ones I was actually expecting were in a different hallway. Maybe they were in the sequel baiting hallway or something. I don't know.
Right. I know how tired you are. You've had a full day. So, quick fire round. Best thing that you saw today?
The love for Hayden Christensen.
Yeah?
Awesome.
Yeah, honestly, awesome. I almost got emotional. People, he came on thing and he said about how much he appreciated everyone. People then started chanting, Hayden. It amped and amped, and then lightsabers lit up, and it was just awesome. And it was just lovely seeing how much it meant to him.
He came out like a WWE superstar. He had I saw the panel. He had lights flashing and smoke machines, and he had a proper entrance.
And that one he did, yeah. But this was just the little one on his own at the end. It was just a quick little chat, and but people ran to see him, which was pretty. I just happened to be in the area, but it was it was just really lovely to see. The guy got a lot of unfair stuff thrown his way, and it's just really nice to see him happy and just almost a bit overwhelmed by how nice everyone was being. So that was really lovely. I think that was my proper highlight, to see that live and be part of that crowd.
Thing that surprised you the most?
Thing that surprised me the
ladies.
Okay, I saw less than 100 Mandalorian cosplays.
No way!
I saw lots of different things, but actual Mando himself, I think I probably saw about 25 maybe tops, which, considering how many thousands of people were there, it's a pretty small number.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of customized own designs, awesome stuff. But I was surprised. I really thought I would see like an army of just Mandos, like just the Hasbro helmet, going, "This is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way." I just thought there was going to be a lot of mixed directions. Yeah. Do you know what? I think every opportunity to chuck a Star Wars quote out, I think I heard everyone do it, except for one security guard. We asked where a particular room was for a panel, and he went, "My friend, you just go down there, and then you see the spaceship. You just go left at the spaceship." So we were just like, "This is not his world." the space. It was a TIE fighter. It was just like the spaceship. You're left at the spaceship.
Best product you saw today?
Best product. Oh, I saw a sail barge with my own eyes, and that was
How much?
pretty beautiful. Do you know what? They actually had Jabba's throne room set up. The vintage collection one, like the one they had that set up, and it looked just absolutely stunning because they filled it with figures as well. Half of them from like Emily's own collection. I found out when I was talking to her. Oh yeah, self plug. I got myself a little interview with Emily. That's being uploaded as we speak, so that'll be on YouTube on Ryan Speaks Geek YouTube channel. We had a look at the N1 Starfighter. She showed me a new separate attachment that's coming to be able to put all your builder droid heads into the N1 slot.
Oh,
nice little reveal for you there.
Sorrel is sold. So yeah, so
It's
head
gonna be
over
a
to
separate
Ryan Speaks
attachment.
Geek YouTube to see that.
It is. So yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Favorite cosplay?
Favorite cosplay? I was quite partial to the Grinch Jedi because he did the voice really well. But actually, I think my favorite one was there was you know the SNL Kylo Ren sketch,
Yeah,
where he's Matt. There was a guy who was in it, and it looked so much like him. At one point, I was like, "Is that Adam Driver dressed as Matt from the set from the Saturday Night, the Secret Boss, Secret Boss sketch?"
Yeah.
I think between that and also there was a guy who Stormtrooper's easy to do. This guy made a Dianoga to wrap around himself. So it looks like the scene of New Hope. And I was like, that's pretty commitment. And I was talking to him for a little while. And I was like, can you even sit down? He was like, no, I'm so tired. So tired. Because I have leaned. All I can do is lean. Because the problem is it's all poppers. And he said, and it's going to the loo. I said, well, at least we're going to the loo. You know you're going to miss. So,
very good. Very good.
Thank you very much. But yeah, awesome.
Did you bump into anyone that you weren't expecting to?
A lot of the different podcast people actually. Star Wars Explained.
Cool.
They were really lovely. They looked shattered, bless them. We did speak to the Resistance panel, the podcast. They were really, really good. Bumped into Patrick actually from Hasbro, and he did actually remember me from Comic-Con, which is good because normally people are used to seeing me with long flowing locks of hair and no beard, but somehow he recognized me, so that was nice. So, and I didn't know he was there, to be honest. So that was really good. But it was like I said, incredible experience. Just lots there. I got to speak to Jazzware Toys quite a lot this afternoon as well, which is really lovely. Really interesting brand. I'm going to be talking more about them. It is just like the successor to like Micro Machines Galoob type stuff when we were growing up. It is so awesome, and the story behind it's really cool. So we'll definitely on the Geek Week we'll have a little feature on that and talk about that a bit more, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Last question then. Your favorite purchase, and as a sub question, if you want to answer it, how much did you spend today?
I will disappoint everyone because I actually didn't really buy that much at all. I know. Well, do you want to know why? I was too busy being in the moment. I got some vintage Star Wars Troopers, beta ones. I think I spent about 30 quid on Troopers and a radar disc vintage. I did get the obligatory magnet.
Yeah.
Star Celebration magnet. I accidentally stole a pen.
Cool.
Didn't realise. I was looking at it up the till, and then the woman was like trying to hurry me along to the queue. She goes, "The magnet is £10." I said, "Sorry, it's £10. You got to tap with the card. Tap with the card." Okay, sorry. So they shooed me out. I was like, "Okay." No, I was still holding the pen.
Nice. Shame that wasn't a lightsaber.
Yeah, I know. I should have been looking at something else at the till, really.
Yeah.
So I actually haven't spent too much. You could very easily spend a lot of money. There was lots of cool things. But yeah, I really haven't spent that much. I've spent much less than £100. Put it that way.
I'll spin that question then. I'll spin that question. Most expensive product you saw today for sale?
Most expensive?
Yeah.
a rocket-firing Boba Fett prototype.
Oh,
And
nice.
technically it's going for auction, but I think it was starting off in the thousands. And I did get a picture of it, and I can now say officially with my own eyes I have seen a genuine rocket-firing Boba Fett prototype. There
Was
was
that with Vectus?
Say again. And he's
Oh,
gone.
there
We've
you
lost
go.
him.
I want to see if that was with Vectus or not,
Oh, no.
because I know
Hang on,
Vectus do the. He's trying to log back in. There
there
he
it
is.
We're losing you, Ryan.
Thanks.
We're losing you. Listen, Ryan, go and get some sleep. We'll catch up with you next week.
Oh, bother.
May the force be with you, Ryan.
May the force be with you all. Take care, guys.
Oh,
Bless him. Coming in
Bless him.
for 1 minute. Cool. Right, where were we?
I've got a picture in the wings ready to go.
Oh yes, we were Hasbro, weren't we? Hasbro.
Whoop. Darth Vader's coming with a removable helmet this time.
And hand.
And hand. And it even has robotic little wires apparently sticking out, which is cool.
That's wicked. Just quickly, backing up what Ryan was saying there. Rob in the chat saying anyone visiting the merch store tomorrow will have hardly anything to buy. I'm not surprised though, to be fair. I'm not surprised.
Who goes to a convention on the last day? Nobody.
I know. I am. Yeah. If I'm going to buy, I go on day one. If I'm going to interview or whatever, I'll go on like day 3. You know. But if you're going to buy, you have to go on those first days.
Richard, yes, you should do a 4th day. So
yes,
Rich I've been following him all the way. How much have you spent, Richard? I would love for you to comment if you don't mind, if you want to share. But I would love to know how much you've spent because you have bought some mega stuff.
Yeah.
Unless your wife's watching, in which case he's bought nothing.
It was all free, Rich. All gifts. But yeah, if you've done 3, may the 4th day be with you. Let's just say. I like this Darth Vader.
Yeah, it's nice to finally get in the reversal. 550. Wow.
Wow, that's I'm not. That's actually less than I thought. Considering you've been 3 days, that's a lot less than I thought.
Yup.
Good on you, man.
Awesome. Next up, we've got the Black Series Force Spirits. Oh.
This one was interesting because it's a new Hayden head sculpt.
It is, but it's on the it's on the Obi-Wan Kenobi body.
Oh yeah.
Right? Okay. Positives. We're finally getting the Hayden Ghost to finish it off.
Can I just say I love the disclaimer: bridge not included.
Yeah.
Although imagine buying that set and then being like, "Where's my bridge? Where's the fucking bridge? How am I going to sit Yoda down? There's no bridge." Oh dear. So, yeah. Right.
So
carry on.
Positives. We finally get it's a Yoda that is to scale. So we are getting that tiny Yoda body back, and they're painted in bluey green, and we're getting Hayden finally in the Force Ghost. But for me, because they've used the same body as Ben Kenobi, could they not have given us 2 heads for the Anakin?
So you could have each version,
Sebastian Stan or Hayden Christensen, because not everybody wants Hayden. Let's be honest, some people do want Sebastian Stan. I know Hayden is officially the canon version now, but still,
you know why?
It would be a nice offer to fans.
You know why? Because they're going to re-release this pack with an alternate head and a bridge included.
More than likely.
So, I'm not a fan. I'm not going to lie. Only because I think that a lot of the Ghost emphasis is in the gown.
It is,
and it just looks like that kind of cheap material that you get from like Hobbycraft that you use to make like Easter cards and stuff. Do you know, that weird kind of meshy stuff that you give to the kids? But
there is a slight. They do paint the figures as well. A slightly different, like they've got like a sparkly color to them. But yeah, it's not it's not massively, done.
No, but you can see
It's
there
all
that
right.
Anakin's hands are a different shade, and the feet, the boots are a different shade. And you can kind of see on Yoda, he's. But what I don't get is that he's not wearing like a glowy mesh robe, so it kind of clashes with the look of his body. I don't know. I'm not sold.
It's a
I'm not
weird one.
sold. I like it as a set, but I'm not bothered about it.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit?
Yeah.
I think most people are gonna get it. Do I really need to do the Bad Batch? Do we need to look at them?
We can. We'll, if you've got them, let's just ping through them just so we cover everything.
Here we go. All right.
Really quickly.
I can't do it really good. We're going to do one by one. So here we go. So obviously that's Echo.
Echo.
We're going to be getting
Very
Echo.
colourful.
Yep. We're going to be getting Echo. We're going to be getting obviously Hunter. There's the next one. These are in their mercenary outfits, as they're officially being known as, from the new series.
Hunter was my least favourite. He was too colourful.
He is too colourful. He's a little bit not like the TV series.
No. And I just think they could have gone for the more animated looking heads with these ones.
Yeah, they could have done.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the Omega one, though. I think Omega looks pretty good with the alternate head as well. I think that one's the definite buy for me.
That was the main reason why I said let's do them, because I wanted to get to this one, because I think this is the better Omega out of the ones we got for the first series were rubbish, whereas I think this one looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I love the head in the helmet as well, like the expression, and I hope that they look as good as this.
Yeah, hopefully that is the thing when they do digital renders in it. You're never 100% sure what you're going to get at the end.
No.
Then we get Tech.
Yeah.
Dun.
It's all right. Looks like he forgot the second half of his outfit. He's wearing like his jeans. He does. It looks like literally he's forgotten half his outfit.
Plan 99, Jacob. Plan 99. You'll understand once you've seen the episode. Plan 99, my friend.
Oh.
Right, then we've got Wrecker. It's a roundabout. Wrecker don't look too different, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the head on that one. It looks weird.
I'm not. It's constipated Wrecker.
It is, isn't it? It's an odd one.
And he just said there he was going to get the 4 sets, but no. Star Wars is now dead to him because of the Green Rabbit. Let it go. Jackson is coming.
Obviously, we got the Luke Skywalker announcement. I'm not throwing that image up, but it's Return of the Jedi one. It's basically the same one we've just got, but without the robe and with a flap shirt that flaps down or flaps up.
Yeah,
it's another one. How many of those Lukes are we gonna get?
I know. Andy just said, Wrecker just saw the Green Rabbit. that facial expression is what I'm imagining Andy to look like right now, knowing that Jackson is coming. This figure, though, this one, but this is based on the game, isn't it? This is
Battlefront 2. This is Gaming Greats. Yeah. But it looks like the Rebels version. It looks like Rebels. If you stick a hood on that, if you put the black robe on him, it's definitely the Rebels version of if you use the Emperor's stick as well, you could definitely make him.
It was only when I saw the image, I was like, oh, brilliant. We've got like a Rebels Darth Maul. So I was expecting the robe and stuff to be in the other images. But no, it was only when I read the press copy that that I was like, oh, it's a Gamerverse one. Like, of course. So but it's cool that we're getting Mauls with metal legs.
Yeah, Maul is like Boba Fett. They'll keep, because he's a fan favorite. They know that in the future they can re-release this one very similarly and call it the Rebels version. They know they can do it. So
yeah,
I'm still waiting for them to give us the proper Clone Wars proper Robo legs version, like with the spider legs, like a proper spider version of it, like a big deluxe box.
That's coming. Whereabouts is Maul in the timeline of Ahsoka TV show?
Dead.
Is this is taking place after?
So Ahsoka and everything is after Return of the Jedi. It's all on the current Mando universe timeline.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to double check there.
Yeah, so basically Ezra disappeared just before episode 4. We've not seen him since, and now we're at the Return of the Jedi stage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay.
if Ezra's now grown up, Darth Maul's dead.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But like Richard said there, look, is Maul actually fully dead?
Yeah.
I guarantee I guarantee at some point in Star Wars there will be a storyline where he was cryogenically frozen, or there was something, he was cloned or something. Like with Star Wars and all the clone technology that flies about, like I think we will see Maul again at some point. I really do. I just have a feeling that Maul is not done.
I'm still waiting for my Savage Repress action figure that doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. I've really want Savage.
That would be a great 2-pack.
He was such a cool. Like I remember when Clone, because I remember watching Clone Wars when it first came out, and I remember seeing that first episode where we got introduced to Savage, and it was like Darth Maul's brother, but he was yellow. Yeah. It was like my favorite thing on the planet.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end of Black Series announcements. We have got some TVC, but here is the pipelines of what's coming for the Black Series. So I'm not sure how big that is on everyone's screens there, but we are going to be getting a GameStop exclusive battle-worn version of General Grievous,
which is cool.
We're getting is that Fen Rao, the Mandalorian dude? I can never remember his name, but it's the Mandalorian dude. My favorite of these announcements, though, is the end of the season version of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm looking forward to that. You know, in the white and with the sleeveless, a bit like that version everyone tries to make. I can never remember the name of it. It's got a name, hasn't it? It was like a statue.
Yeah.
And it's that version of Obi-Wan. And then we're going to be getting the battle damaged version of Darth Vader with Hayden Christensen face and stuff, which I've been dying for. I've been trying to make for years, never been successful. And then we're going to be getting a Qui-Gon Jinn in a blue robe because to make him a Force ghost.
He literally had like a 2-second cameo, and then and then there's characters that have been in like whole series that like Savage that we're not getting, but yet you know Qui-Gon was in it for 30 seconds, so let's do him another figure.
It's because Qui-Gon, obviously we've already got the figure. All they would need to do is just remake it, stick one of the blue robes on it from the 3-pack, and then just paint him a little bit blue. That's all they would have to do. So it's such an easy reprint for him, isn't it?
You know that they'll just put him in the Obi-Wan body as well.
Probably.
Just what about Jabba? People in the chat. We got to talk Jabba.
Yeah, we'll get to Jabba. Okay. And then we've got the blue. That's Anakin's trooper, right? From Order 66. Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not massively up on the different variations of trooper.
Yeah, they were the ones that came out with Anakin when he slaughtered all the kids.
See, I've been to Disney too much, and I'm too immersed in like later storylines now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So Jabba the Hutt, here he is. I promise you I'd get to him. This is Jabba the Hutt. Yes, it is Black Series. Sorry, I did miss that one, didn't I? So yeah, we are getting Jabba the Hutt with Salacious Crumb. He gets his little hooker pipe again. Yeah, it is. Yeah, everyone's gonna go mad for that. It was definitely coming, wasn't it? Everyone was talking about it for ages.
I'm Stug there in the thing. He's £80 at such a good price. I'm with you as well. I think this is one of them figures that all of the lines have it. All of the lines have a figure that has such a high aftermarket price. It just makes good business sense for the brands to re-release them and redo them.
I know, but the annoying thing is I've got my Jabba, I've got my Salacious Crumb. I haven't got a hooker pipe. Do I have to buy this set just for the stupid hooker pipe and then sell it on?
The one thing I will say though is that press images and the photos and stuff don't always do them justice, but I think that the actual detailing, the paintwork, the sculpting, they will make the old Jabbas look dated.
See, that's the thing. I've still got my old Jabba, so I'm looking forward to getting this one and then doing the side by sides because I don't think many people have got that Jabba to do a side by side.
No, it'll be well worth it. Well worth it. It's the same as when like things like Rogue came out, like the Rogue figure, and everyone was like, "Oh no, I'm keeping with the one I've got," and then there was a lot of updates. Like there will be people that obviously prefer the original, which is fine. But I think like one of the main reasons I cut my Black Series collection back was because I didn't have a Jabba and I was not going to pay the aftermarket price for a Jabba. And he was one of the characters that was so important to me to have that I was like, actually, if I can't have Jabba, don't want it. I just get rid of it all.
Moving into TVC, the first one to be announced was the 4-pack, the Alien 4-pack. This one is almost like it was made for my buddy Richard, who's in the chat. Richard loves a good alien. So, we got all 4 of the aliens. Woo!
Yeah, they're cool. That's cool.
Not too bad. Sorry, I'm removing images as I go. And then we've got the next TVC one, the one that I'm excited for, to be honest. I will definitely be buying one of these. It's Kirsten. Of course he was coming.
Yeah.
Kirsten from Book of Boba Fett coming in TVC. I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably grab one of them bad boys. It looks beasty.
And obviously we saw very recently as well the Black Series version of this figure announced just before Celebration.
Oh yeah.
Looks cool. Looks good.
It does look awesome. Then we've got Star Wars Vintage Series Moff Jeff. Can never say his name. He's got like loads of J's, loads of F's in it.
That's the one.
That's the one. That guy.
Yep. Oh,
there he is. Yep, he's gone already. Then we've got 9 Nub. 9 Nub. 9 Nub. 9 Nub.
Oh,
you can tell I know nothing about these figures. And then finally, the one that I think everyone's gonna be fighting over in lumps, it's the N1 Starfighter.
Now this is stunning.
That is stunning.
About 125 quid though, isn't it?
Yep, $125. So yeah, 130 quid maybe.
But what I would say is that does it include the Mandalorian?
Let's have a look. Let me zoom in on that picture on my screen. So yeah, you do get the Mandalorian included. One figure included Mandalorian.
So you get the Mandalorian and you get Grogu, don't you? Because you
get a Mandalorian, you get a Grogu, you get a flight stand, you get a gun for Mando, you get a thing to sit Baby Yoda in at the back, and you get his jetpack for Mando as well.
Yeah. See, this was the one from the vintage collection that did tempt me a little bit, because I was like, the fact that you get all of that in the box and you get that flight stand that's all branded up with the Mandalorian detailing and logoing and stuff, it would look really nice on the shelf, even just as a standalone piece.
Do you know what? It would be, I would say to anyone that wanted to do that, it would be a good time to jump in for TVC for the Mandoverse, because the figures are readily available. Yeah. It's not like Black Series where they're hard to come by. The TVC Mandoverse figures are quite easy to get. Like, I know on Amazon right now, Bo-Katan and a couple of the others are only like 13 quid. So, I mean, you could easily pick up all the main characters from the Mandoverse, and it wouldn't cost you that much to do it. And then obviously you could pick up the Starfighter, and you could pick up the that new Jabba's Palace they've got for Boba. You could put Boba in the seat and stuff. You could have that as a nice display set. Yeah, and it would look good.
I'm really on the fence. This one really does appeal to me, just as a standalone piece. And I think that this one will appeal to people that aren't. You know, I was talking earlier about like Mando fans and not Star Wars fans. Like this is the kind of thing that could. Hello, Andy is not falling for the TVC trap. But I think this is the closest I've been. This really is the closest I've been, because you'll get those people that are just fans of Mandalorian that you could buy this as a gift for someone because it's a standalone piece. You don't need to collect the whole line for it to make sense. You get the key characters that are related to that ship. You get the stand. You get the I might do it.
So you might want to stay clear of my channel then, because I am getting the Jabba's Palace. I am getting that set. I did pre-order that, so good, I am getting one, and I have kept when I did my big clear out of Star Warsy stuff. I actually kept all my Mandoverse 3 3/4 inch. So I'm gonna get this Starfighter, and I'm gonna, like I've just said, I'm gonna make that a proper little diorama, and I'll be doing a big video with all the Mandoverse characters. So I'm sorry, Andy, you're probably gonna end up buying it.
Amazing, amazing. I look forward to seeing that. I will live out my TVC dreams through your channel then. So I'll look at it and go, yeah, that looks lovely. That looks lovely.
Yeah, I cleared out all my prequel stuff, and I cleared out a lot of like Return of the Jedi stuff that I was collecting for a while. I cleared all that out, and I've literally all I've got left now in 3¾ inch is a couple of figures that are quite rare that I didn't want to get rid of, but I've kept all the Mandoverse ones. So because cool. I just knew damn well that they're gonna bring something cool out like this, and it just made me want it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And then finally, the TVC pipeline. So the figures that are coming in the future.
It does make me laugh how they do this pipeline, because the other lines don't do this as well, do they? They don't.
But have you ever noticed that you can't really leak a Star Wars product because we already know it's coming because of this? Whereas Marvel keep theirs quite stum until they've got a figure to show off, but then it leaks early because everyone knows what's coming because it leaks down the line.
Yeah,
you can't physically leak a Star Wars line.
No, and that's what I think is really clever, is that these are all characters that we've seen. None of them are they're not spoiling anything. They're not. There's no spoilers. These are characters that we've seen in some form of content somewhere. And yes, there's no leaks, is there? But yeah, there we go.
So TVC line looks pretty decent. So we're going to be getting a new Admiral Thrawn. I think this is going to be the first proper articulated Thrawn, isn't it? Because all the Thrawns so far, I think, have been 5 POA 3¾ inch. I don't think there's been. I'm trying to think the one that came on the comic book card back years ago with the thing around his neck. I can't remember if that was highly articulated or whether it was a 5 POA. I can't remember. But either way, this is going to be a good fig for him, especially with the Ahsoka series coming up. I think everyone's going to want him.
It's gonna tie in, isn't it? It's gonna tie in. Yeah, interesting bunch.
Grand Inquisitor, Fen Rao again. Is that Fen Rao? And Admiral what's his face from Rogue One, and then Darth Revan.
Admiral what's his face? Yeah.
From that film, I think I've seen twice in my entire life.
Speaking of which, do you know Spaceballs?
Yeah.
You know why there's no Spaceballs merch?
Because of Star Wars, probably.
Yeah, it was part of the contract that George Lucas was okay with them ripping it off as long as there was no merchandise.
Makes sense.
It's funny, isn't it? I only read that the other day. I was like, oh man. But yeah.
So have we got time to go through Indiana Jones tonight, do you think?
Yeah, we got 20 minutes or so before 11. I love Indy. We got to talk Indy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Indy. So we're going to be getting. Here we go.
A Jackson Rabbit Indiana Jones Adventure Series.
So Helena Shaw from the Dial of Destiny.
So this is obviously the new film coming out. Did you catch that trailer?
Yeah, it looked good.
I was really excited by it.
The new trailer made me more excited than the first one did, to be honest.
Yeah, likewise. In a weird kind of way, though, I hope they don't ignore the Crystal Skull stuff. I hope they kind of answer what happened to his son, and because there was all that stuff, wasn't there? And I think it has to be addressed. I hope they don't just ignore it. I hope there is some kind of
continuity
explanation as to why we've got another film with a new storyline. Here we go, Temple of Doom version.
Temple of Doom version, the Cairo version. He looks awesome. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
That'll definitely be the other indie that I pick up. Just it's the iconic one. It comes with a little monkey and everything.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get all of the indie, like all of the film indies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have like 4 or 5 Indiana Jones figures, just so that I've got all versions of Indy. I'm not going to go for the hypnotized Indy. I don't need a half-naked Harrison Ford figure just yet.
So yeah, so you'll be going for this one then. This is the Dial of Destiny version of Indy with the snake.
But that's the snake that goes on the build of Artifact, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I'm going to get this one, and it was seeing this one that made me kind of think actually I'm going to get the different versions of Indy, because I could pick this one up and then it would be like the old Indy, and you'll have the whole kind of timeline of Indiana Jones. And I'm not even gonna joke. Like, I was a huge Indiana Jones fan as a kid, and even now, like, still, I could sit down and watch any one of those films, even the Crystal Skull, like, and just enjoy it for what it is. So I need to have those indies, but I'm not bothered about picking up the others. Short round, I'll get to go with Temple of Doom. I'll get him to go with Temple of Doom. This one, I'll pass.
It's just such a. I know it's iconic, but it's just such a random one. Isn't it? Half naked Indy.
It is iconic, but I think the problem with the new Hasbro line, so Indiana Jones, for example, as a new Hasbro line, the problem is that they're trying to release everything sort of almost
Quickly.
like where you get collectors that collect everything. So like myself with Marvel, and yourself with like various different pieces. They didn't need to release this one. They could have given us something else. There's characters that they're releasing that they could have given us something else. And I don't know where I'm kind of going with this, but it just feels like they're making characters for the sake of making them.
Oh, 100%. There's only so many characters within the Indiana Jones franchise, but the one thing they know is that not everybody's going to want all the secondary characters. A lot of people have already said this. However, everybody's going to want Indiana Jones, so Indiana Jones will always be popular. So they can kind of release a shed load of indies, and we'll all buy them. It's like Boba Fett.
Exactly. This was interesting though, because this is obviously Temple of Doom, but now we've got the pillar, the
This
base.
is like so the deluxe playset is coming out now. The Adventure Series Deluxe. They've had a line less than 10 minutes, and they've already got repacks and deluxe on the way.
But I was looking at the figure and I couldn't work out any major differences. Now, I only opened my figure yesterday, but I couldn't notice any major differences. But even with the single pack, you got the idol. So it's not like
you are paying for the base and the pack of the little sandy bag thing.
Well, funny enough, I filmed my review yesterday and I was like, there's no bag of sand. Like, that's annoying. And then they announced this today. And I was like, oh, man. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those, it's such an iconic moment of the Indiana Jones films that, yeah, it kind of needed to be done. But like you said, they didn't need to redo it. They could have done that one originally. If they'd done that as a deluxe to start the line off, people still would have bought it.
However, I do need this one. Don't you wish your Indy was hot like mine? Don't you wish your Indy was...
This is Temple of Doom Indy, isn't it?
This is Temple of Doom Indy. Yeah, with his shirt halfway undone, so it's semi-naked Indy.
He became a little bit more of a heartthrob, so they decided to take a little bit of clothes off. But no, it's such an iconic look, isn't it? The one sleeve, the open shirt. And this is what I mean by kind of how I want to have all of the indies kind of lined up, because this will look very different next to the Temple of Doom one that I've got. Temple of Doom. What?
Yeah.
I'm losing track now. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
This is still Temple of Doom. It's just a different version of Temple of Doom.
Yeah, but it will look different next to the Temple of Doom one that I've got. Too many indies. I've been thirst trapped by the half naked one. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Show me short round. Get short round.
We've not got short round just yet, but we've got Marcus Brody and Tupac and Renee Belloc. From Ark of the Covenant.
And I think these are great base figures for customizing, for for doing all that kind of stuff. But I just don't think they were needed. No. You know what? Stug just said something there. Stug138. Do you think Hasbro will make indie vehicles? I think that is a massive market. There's so many vehicles that they could throw into the mix. I think they would sell better than some of these secondary characters.
Well, they won't give us a pontoon plane, though, will they?
No.
Because there's never a pontoon plane when you need one. Oh!
This is the character.
This is the one you
one.
want. Short round.
I think that's amazing. I really do, especially with him being so much in the public eye at the moment, with winning an Oscar and all that kind of stuff. I was almost surprised that this one wasn't released as part of the first wave because he was such a popular indie character.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Jones. I can't even do it, but you know what? You know the voice. You know the voice. It's in your head. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed about the soft goods coat because I'm not a fan of soft goods.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying not to do the voice. I don't want to get cancelled. So, but yeah, the soft goods coat. Yeah, it's not in keeping with the rest of the line. The rest of the line is kind of plasticky, but yeah, it still looks nice. I'll be getting him short round. I'll definitely picking him up.
Yeah, I like the removable baseball cap. That's a cool little touch. But annoyingly, whenever they do removable baseball caps, they always look a little bit big.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think? I think
Sometimes.
G.I. Joe was the only ones that they did it. Who was it they did it with? One of the female characters. One in the green jumpsuit. What's her name?
Oh God.
Oh, I've gone blank.
I know what you mean now, but yeah, it's not.
But she had a
Lady Jane? No.
Maybe.
It's
I don't know.
Like that, isn't it?
I'm going blank. But she had a baseball cap hair and a normal hair, and they molded the baseball cap to the hair. So you take the whole hair off and put normal hair on. Take the whole hair off, put the baseball cap on, because then they made the baseball cap to the size of her head. Lady Jane, thank you very much, Andy.
Oh.
And I think, that I kind of wish they'd done that with short round because it looks like, I don't know, with a soft good coat and the big baseball cap, it just misses the mark a little bit for me. But 100% going to be getting it because I have to have him stood next to my indie.
Yeah. And that was everything. Whew.
Man, what a packed show.
How have you started lagging in the final 5 minutes of the show? How is this happening?
I don't know.
There
I
you
don't
go,
know. Give me a second. It's just warm. I got to go and put 50p in the meter. And I should be back now. We good?
You are back, yeah. You good.
Good. I just shouted at the wife, put money in the meter. But yeah. But actually, for anyone that has watched for a few weeks and noticed that I've got internet problems, I actually found out it's because we got the wrong router plugged in. So our internet provider sent us the wrong router. So as from next week, I should be crispy clear and streaming nice and fast. So yeah, there we go. But yeah. So all in all, I think it's been an amazing weekend. I really do. And I'm not even a Star Wars fan first. Star Wars is maybe 2 or 3 down.
Yeah, and we've still got tomorrow to go. Celebration's on for one more day. There's still tomorrow to go.
There's got to be something, hasn't there?
Oh, there's definitely going to be something tomorrow. Because there's the Disney Parks panel is tomorrow. So any advancements on Galaxy's Edge will be announced tomorrow.
Cool.
And usually they go out with a bang. They normally like to end on something. So yeah. I'd be staying tuned to your TV, like to your internet and that tomorrow about 3:00. Because I reckon tomorrow at 3:00 something will be announced. And we already know. Well, we already know that. I think is it Bosk? Is he called Bosk? Yeah, the YouTuber guy. I'm pretty sure he said he's got something to review on Monday night from Hasbro. So there's something still. There's still some stuff to be announced. They've been announcing toys every day, haven't they? They did the big panel, but like stuff came out today, stuff came out yesterday, stuff came out Friday. So I think there will be something still to talk about tomorrow. So I'd stay tuned. Still some bits to go yet.
And he said it's going to be a Boba Fett Black Series figure. That's going to be a Mandalorian Green Rabbit. It's going to be Jackson, a Jackson spin-off TV show. That's what it'll be.
Tomorrow's big panel is the Bad Batch. Monday the 10th is Bad Batch between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. our time. So if anything's going to be announced in regards to Bad Batch, obviously we have that cliffhanger ending. Maybe they'll announce the third series. I don't know. See what happens.
Series 3. Yeah.
Have you seen the ending yet?
No.
Ugh.
No. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna watch it.
Mission 99, Plan 99.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I need to catch up with it. I've just had so much other stuff to catch up with that I've slacked on it a little bit. So I've got a couple of episodes left. So I'm gonna go and binge watch it. Maybe tomorrow. I'm off work because it's Easter Monday. Very quickly, just before we do round up, in regards to Marvel news, 12 o'clock tonight, UK time, Into the Spider-Verse figures go live with most retailers.
Yeah.
No pre-orders. They are just going to be live on the site, ready to ship. So if you are a Marvel fan or a Spider-Man fan, then keep your eyes on the internet at 12 o'clock because we've got a whole wave of figures just turning up.
Are you grabbing them?
So yeah, and they look cool. I mean, a lot of our American counterparts have got them in hand. They've been picking them up. They've been reviewing them and stuff, and they do look like cool figures. And obviously, we've had the trailers for the film and stuff like that popping up. So yeah, I think they're must-have sort of thing.
Are you going to be grabbing any?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Why am I?
I know.
But interestingly, go on.
I was saying I know because I watched Dan Who's live the other day, and he was saying that he's not getting them. He's not bothering. He said it's not his thing. He said he didn't like the first film, so he's not bothering with the second.
How can you not like that film? Into the Spider-Verse was one of the best Spider-Man films, in my opinion. Period.
Are you excited for the new film? Because I saw obviously we got the new trailer, and I'm not so sure on the storyline this time around.
I just love Miles Morales.
Yeah,
I'm a massive Miles fan. Like
I like Gwen.
Yeah, I never thought that I would like a second version of a character more or the same as the one that I grew up with or the one I was introduced with, sort of thing. But to kind of have Spider-Man reimagined and to like the new version of Spider-Man just as much. Yeah, I'm a massive Miles fan, so it'd be hard for me not to pick him up. But yeah.
Before we sign off as well, I've just completed the Midnight Suns video game.
Have you finished it? I
finished it. I've done all the DLC. I finished it. I binged it. It was amazing. Is it too late to back the Robbie Reyes figure now? Is it too late? Is that still a thing?
It is. However, there's Raymond, the Raymond vehicle car, is it Raymond Toy? Is doing like their knockoff version that, basically to get the standard, because you can get it in Dukes of Hazzard Orange as well.
Ooh.
But the early bird price is $175. The flame pack is about $11. Shipping to the UK, I think, was between $70 and $125. But basically, all in all, you can get the whole setup for about $250, postage included.
Yeah, so the video game is awesome, by the way, and you get to have. Cause there's a reason why I'm also looking for Nico. Because I missed Nico the first time round, and she's in the video game. She's awesome. Robbie Reyes is the Ghost Rider that's in the video game. You do get to see Johnny Storm, but he's an old man.
Nico's there on my collection.
Nice.
Oh, do you? Johnny Storm is an old man.
Johnny Storm's got not Johnny Storm. Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze he's got long white hair. So that Hawkeye, the old man Hawkeye, if you were to put that on the Ghost Rider, that is how he looks in the video game.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And obviously Agatha Harkness is in the video game. It is so good. The amount of characters from the darker side of the universe is amazing.
Oh, I might have to play.
And then there's the whole DLC, which is completely separate to the main story, where you play as Morbius with Spider-Man and Blade. and you have to take down Dracula, because Dracula is basically helping Hydra by turning them into vampires. He's biting them and turning them into like vampiric warriors.
That's
And
insane.
it's the coolest crossover ever.
That is insane. That really is cool though. I'm gonna have to play it. I'm gonna have to play it. So yeah, so if you are into video games, Midnight Suns, if you're into your Spider-Man, Marvel Legends, 12 o'clock tonight, UK time, pretty much any retailer that you favor. I know Comics and Cocktails, I'm going to give them a shout out. And talking about retailers, we will talk about something that happened this week, next week in the UK, retailer wise. There was a big stir. Certain retailer.
Naughty boy.
We got 4 minutes, 3 minutes. It's not worth trying to bring it up now. So we will talk about.
That's a cliffhanger, isn't it?
We will talk about UK retailers next week. But I would definitely recommend Comics and Cocktails, in-demand toys as your independent retailers. They're definitely worth going to for the Spider-Verse figures at midnight. I'm not sure if Hasbro Pulse will have them. I assume they probably will.
I'm assuming they will. I've got to give shout out to props and replicas.co.uk. They're my go-to at the minute.
Yep.
But Comics and Cocktails, yeah, I echo you on Comics and Cocktails. I do use them quite regularly. They've also got the Guardians of the Galaxy wave up right now, including the 2 Walmart exclusives, the comic book versions.
Yep.
So they're worth picking up as well. Yondu and Star-Lord, yeah.
Yeah. I'm really excited. Mine are all ready to go, so I should have them in a few days.
Nice.
Yeah. Very quickly, Wet Boy 40 / Graham. There's also Midnight Suns DLC for Venom and Deadpool, and way more to come with Storm.
Yep.
Richie reviews Toys R Us. we'll talk next week. We'll talk next week. Anyway, that is about it for this week. So this has been our Star Wars. What's it called? Celebration. I was like Star Wars exhibition, Star Wars Celebration 2023 special. So a little bit different. Nice little cameo there from Ryan, who's been at the thing. Thank you very much, everybody in the chat who has commented in regards to being there and all that kind of stuff. And all the rest of it. It's very much appreciated. You know, you guys telling us what you've kind of spent and kind of what you've come across and what you've seen while you were there and all the rest of it. Thank you very, very much. We do appreciate you all jumping in and chatting and all the rest of it. Andy, been a great stream. Well, till the rabbit was mentioned. Listen, I'm saying it now. Jackson is coming to Star Wars. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Rich, thank you very much for your insights into Star Wars Celebration. If anybody did attend, I hope that it was everything that you wanted it to be. I'm absolutely gutted I couldn't make it there myself. And seeing everyone's videos and all the rest of it has been a real kind of enjoyment this weekend. I'll go next time, without a doubt. It was Easter weekend. It was difficult. But yeah. So anyway, thank you very much. If you're watching over on SuperSorrell's channel, then obviously hop over to my channel, give me a like over here. If you're watching it on my channel, hop over to SuperSorrell's channel and give him a like and follow over there. As always, geekweekinreview.co.uk. You can check out mine, Sorrell's, and Ryan's socials and all the rest of it over there. But yeah, anything you want to add before we sign off, Mr. SuperSorrell?
Ooh, you do this every week. I still have nothing prepared ever at the end of these episodes. I'll just say thank you once again to everyone that did help me on my live stream for 5 hours. It took a lot out of me. And I do thank you people like Andy Hyde, who was there for most of it, Richard, who was live streaming, Robert, who sent stuff through as well, Shelley, and all the rest of the guys. Thank you, everyone, for making that live stream possible.
That was good. It was good. I'm going to go back and watch it. Probably not in one go, but I am going to have to catch in. So, yeah,
there's the second part of the live stream that's 40 minutes long, and that's where I have Dano, the Dano channel from America, and he shows off that little yellow BD1. He gives us a full review of the BD1 live, and then we also have a chat with Padawan Collector, because he his collection of collecting all the original vintage, and then he moved on to doing the play sets, and he talks us through his collection. So really cool bits to watch.
Cool. Well, until next week then. Next week is episode 95.
Wow.
Episode 95. Sorry, we have been going nearly 100. Nearly 100. To episode 95 next week. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that hasn't happened yet. Until then, keep it geek.